Hey guys, so now that we know what kind of pop-ups can be created by using Elementor, now let's see how actually the pop-up can be created, right? So let's hop on to the dashboard first. Go to your dashboard, and here scroll down, and in templates you get this option called as pop-ups, right? Open this. Now you need to click on add new pop-ups. These are the list of pop-ups that I had created for the demo purpose that we have seen in the last video already, right? If you haven't seen, please go and watch it so that you understand everything, right? So now let's create a new pop-up. Click on add new, and here you can add a name of this pop-up so that you can easily identify which pop-up it is. So let me just say that 24 hours sale, right? I'm just let's suppose that we are creating a campaign for a sale, and then we need to create a pop-up for that. So let me rename it as let me name it as a 24 hours sale, and then click on create template. Now as soon as we enter into the editor, the Elementor will automatically show you some pre-made templates here. And as we know that Elementor has so many templates already built in its library, in its template library. If you want to use any of these templates for your campaigns, then you can go ahead. You are free to use in case you are a pro member. If you have a pro version, then you can definitely use these features. But now for this video, we'll create it from scratch, right? So let's cancel this. Now here, one thing you need to understand that this is the pop-up area. The white color part that you are seeing is the pop-up area inside which the pop-up will be displayed. And here this plus icon is nothing but just a option to add new sections. And within sections, the way similar to how we create page or how we design the page, similarly, exactly similar, we can create designs and content. We can add it within this pop-up as well. But before that, before entering into the content part, we need to see what are the pop-up settings that are available for us. See, first is this white part area. This is the pop-up area. This is the work area, which you can see. In case, what if you want a bigger area, or if you want to design a custom size of this area, custom size of this pop-up, you need to click on this gear icon over here called settings, and then here you can set up a width of this pop-up. You can, based on your requirements and project, you can specify the width. Let me keep it 750 pixels, and the height, it is a good practice to keep it fit to content, because whatever the content within this pop-up we add, the size will automatically adjust to that. In case you select fit to screen, the height will be from the start of the page to end of the page. It will cover the full screen. And the width will depend, width you can change from here, right? If it is required, like this we can do. And also, in case you don't want any predefined styles, then you just can simply click on custom and specify your own height for this pop-up, right? Now, the best practice is to click on fit to content so that it automatically adjusts itself regarding height. Now, the second part is position, where you want to position this pop-up. Right now, by default, it is positioned in the center. Either you can horizontally align it on the left side or right side or in the center. Similarly, for vertically, you can align it on the top or bottom, right? Similarly, you can play around on the top right or top left corner. So now let's keep it in the center itself, right? Horizontally and vertically, let's position it in the center. Now, next comes is overlay options. Overlay in the sense this dim background that you are seeing for this pop-up. In case we remove this overlay, the background website page will be prominent, and it might be difficult for visitors to view the content within the pop-up and pop-up is created to highlight the content within that pop-up, right? So it is better and it is a good practice to have an overlay. And then we have this option called as close button, and this is the one that you are seeing on the screen right now. This is the close button. If you don't want that, you can just disable it. So but it is never do this option because it hampers the user experience, and as per the best practices, this is my advice that you always enable the close button as well, giving option to your visitors that they can close this pop-up if they want it. And then entry animation, we can add entry animation, zoom in, fade in left, or we have so many options over here, right? For now, let's keep it just fade in, and exit can be default, or else you can select whatever you want here out of these options. We can see that animation in action once we add the content within this, right? And then we have animation duration. You can set it to 0.7, 0.8, or 0.9, or just keep it 1 second, right? Once these options are done, close this layout option. Then we have general settings. Under general settings, you can rename the title of this pop-up for our identification, and then either you want to what status you want to make it, either it is a draft or pending to review or private or published. Just for now, let's keep it draft, and once we complete the design and once we add some content within that, we'll publish it, right? And then HTML tag, just keep it div. This is fine, I guess. Then preview settings in the sense, if in case you want to see some dynamic elements within this pop-up, then you can select this option. But for now, I think it will be slightly advanced topic for you so to grasp. So let us not get into this topic. It is nothing but preview options. Preview from these elements and areas of the website. It will dynamically pop up here right now while you build this pop-up. And then let's go to style option. Style option is very much similar to all other widgets. Here we can select the background image or background color. Let's make it red over here, and you can either select image as well. All right, and right now image is not required for now. Let's just work with background color, and then you can set up a border radius for your pop-up, and let me just keep it 0. I just like a sharp background borders. And then box shadow, you can adjust the colors. You can add some box shadows as well. Here, if you see, right, this glowing thing, you can create this kind of, you can just play around with the settings like this. I don't like this myself, so I'll just keep it like this, keep it by default. And then overlay settings, you can change the overlay color just to match up your brand. In case blue is your dominant color, you can change your overlay color to blue. And then you can also use image as an overlay, right? If I select this image, so that we can also use image overlay as well, and as a center assign it, and then fixed or scroll, default, repeat, no repeat, size, cover, right? Like this we can create, but it doesn't make sense. It will look like as if it is a new page or something. So it's better to not to use image in our overlay option. So let's delete this image. This is fine, I guess, right? There is a mild view of the background page as well, and when this pop-up comes up, things on inside this pop-up will be highlighted. Okay, so now once the overlay settings are done, let's go to close button. This is the close button. Right now this close button is small and it is not visible, right? So what we can do is we can increase the size of this close button from this option. can increase or decrease the size. This is fine, I guess. And then you can change the background color just to make it, just to highlight it, right? And color of that self, right? Let me keep it dark here. And now you can change the position of that button as well. Let me keep it here. This is fine. Yeah. And vertically you can align this close button as well, right? Now once this styling is done, in advanced option we have some options such as close button after seconds. In the sense, this close button is used to close the pop-up, right? And in case you want customers to read the content, then you might want to show this close button after, say, let's say 10 seconds, or let's say 3 seconds. After 3 seconds, this pop-up close button should show up. Before that, it shouldn't show. In that case, you just add this 3 over here and automatically close after 10 seconds. You can just close the pop-up automatically after 10 seconds. And you have other four options such as prevent closing on overlay. Right now, if someone clicks on the overlay in this area outside the pop-up gets closed. In case you don't want that to happen, then you just need to enable this one. And prevent closing from escape key, you can enable or disable this. And disable page scrolling. Once the pop-up is being shown, if the page is larger, still they can scroll the website. And this is not recommended if it is a news website or something, and if it is a premium membership site where the content is restricted. In those cases, people generally restrict scrolling if the pop-up is on the page. So in those cases, we can disable that page scrolling, but right now I don't think it is necessary for us in this right now demo. You can just enable or disable page scrolling, right? And avoid multiple pop-ups. Or else, let's say if the user has seen another pop-up on the page, hide this pop-up. Okay, so if you have multiple pop-ups in a particular page, then if he has already seen that pop-up, some other pop-up, then this pop-up will also not appear. Right now it is not required for us. We want to see all the pop-ups what are available, so we can just disable it. You can enable based on the project requirements, right? And then selector, I'll talk about this later on. You can just target the ID of the pop-up and customize it. So, and then let's see, margin and padding. Just as any other widget, we can add some padding. So let me add some padding, say 30. And then margin also you can add, but it doesn't make sense over here. And then custom CSS, you can write your custom CSS over here, right? So right now it is not required for us. All right, once we have designed our pop-up layout, now it is time to add some content within that pop-up, right? So now let me click on this plus icon over here to add new section, just like how we create new pages or design new pages, right? You can either select this folder icon over here and add the pre-made templates that you have for the pop-ups, or you can add some blocks if it is required from pre-made templates, or you can add your own templates that you have created in the past. For us, we are going to create something from scratch, right? So what we'll do is we'll first add a section, and let me add a sale, right? We want to show a notification that we are running a sale right now and it will last for 24 hours. So let me create it. I have added a section, and now what I'll do is I'll go to widgets and add heading, and the text can be congratulations, central line, typography, let me make it think we need to change the background color of the pop-up itself. Go to settings, back again, and then go to styles. The styles we had, remember we have set the background color, right? Let us not make it too yeah, this is fine. Now let's go back to our heading, and then yeah, this part is done. So let me add one more text element, heading element right below it, and we'll add exclusively for you. Again, center align, change the color, font style, font family, size, let's make it small, and then let us add one more element, one more heading element over here, flat 75% off. Again, change the text color and let us make it yeah, center align it, and then maybe we can add some background color. I don't know if it will look good. Yeah, this is fine. And then if we go to advanced and add some padding, right? All right. Now let's duplicate this message, or else yeah, duplicate it, and then add enter your email address below to receive the coupon code for 5% off discount. Yeah, this is fine, I guess. Enter your email address, or else let's say just email below is not required, it is self-understandable, right? And let's change the font family to Roboto, and let's add some, yeah, this is fine. And then size, yeah, this is fine. And then let us add a email field over here, search for forms, and just drag it here right below this. And now cancel name, cancel message, just email is fine. And then select this, type email, label email, yeah, fine, it is fine. Placeholder, okay, label let's remove, let's just keep placeholder. And then required, yes, column width, we can change it to 75. And select button, and under button select column width 25 so that they align. And field has to be okay. 77 is not there, I guess, so let's make it 75 25 itself. Yeah, 75 and 25. Okay, the button is disproportionate, so what can be done here? I'm going to go to styles and then scroll down to buttons. We have this option so that we can update the border radius, text padding to be, let's say, 10, maybe 15, and unlock this and add some left padding, 30. Okay, it is not working. First, let's change the background color so it doesn't contrast. Okay, and then the text color has to be somewhat dark to be seen clearly, and the fonts can be, or go to condensed, size has to be a bit bigger, and then all right, let's select this complete forms and go to advanced. Let's select padding 0, margin 0, and then under styles, fields, we can just say border width 0 and border radius we can add, but I guess just 0 is fine. Now you can change this length of this field by using these options, column width, right? So right now you can change it to 50, or you can change it to 80. Yeah, depending upon the requirement you can change that. Let me keep it 75 here, and then you can assign the name of the form called as request to coupon, because if someone sends the email, the owner receives the email address for the customers who needs 75% off coupon code, right? So, and then the support team will send a coupon code of 75% discount. So what we can do is 75% off coupon request, right? You can play around with this, and the concept was to show you how to create the pop-ups, and I guess you have learned it now. And now you need to click on publish. As soon as you click on publish, you have these three options: conditions, triggers, and advanced rules. That I'll tell you in the next video. This video is already long, so let's end it here.